Welcome to Tired Mommy Revival. Hey mama, are you running on coffee fumes? Feeling like brain fog, fatigue, and anxiety are running the show? Do you wake up dreading the day ahead, already overwhelmed by the endless to-do list and unsure how you'll make it through? Do you long for the energy to enjoy motherhood and care for yourself, but feel stuck and unsure where to start? Let me remind you of something life-changing. You were created for more energy, more clarity, more joy. Hi, I'm Jerusha, certified holistic wellness coach, wife and mom to 2 wild boys and 1 baby girl in heaven. I know the exhaustion you're feeling because I've been there, barely making it through the day, relying on coffee and chocolate to survive, and wondering why nothing I tried ever made me feel better. Then, God stepped in and revealed a powerful truth. A woman's body is beautifully and uniquely designed to thrive. When we align with how God created us, we can boost our energy, bust through fatigue, and step into the vibrant, joy-filled life He has for us. Mama, I'm living proof that it's possible. These days, I wake up refreshed, nourish my body with intention, and navigate the chaos of motherhood with patience and peace. Most days. And I want to help you do the same. If you're ready to swap exhaustion for energy, brain fog for clarity, and guilt for grace, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll dive into practical strategies, faith-filled truths, and empowering tools to renew your health, body, soul, and spirit. Are you ready for this? Let's do it, mama. If your current flu season survival kit includes ramen noodles, Campbell's chicken soup, Gatorade, Sprite, cough drops, and DayQuil, I have news for you, mama. None of those actually help you fight the flu, feel better faster, or build a stronger immune system. And trust me, I know because those used to be my go-to remedies too. When sickness hit our house, I'd stock up on all of it, thinking I was ready. But now, you won't find any of those anywhere near my pantry or my family when the flu hits. Over the years, I've discovered there's a better way to heal, using the tools God placed right here on the earth to strengthen our bodies and help us recover naturally. I still remember the last time I walked out of a doctor's office feeling totally defeated, fed up, and ready for something better. My son had pink eye, so I did what every good mom does. I took him to the doctor. An hour and $100 later, the doctor walked in and told me they no longer prescribed antibiotics for pink eye. He said, just have him rinse it out a few times a day at daycare. I was stunned. Other than antibiotics, I had no idea how to heal pink eye. And as far as I knew, sending your kid to school with pink eye was a major no-no. When the doctor asked if I wanted a note for school, I emphatically said yes, because I was sure no one was going to believe me when I said the doctor said it was fine for him to come back. Now, at the time, I didn't realize what a blessing in disguise it was that we didn't get antibiotics, because back then, I had no idea how severely they can damage your gut health, which is the foundation of your immune system. What I did know was that I had wasted time, money, and energy going to a doctor and walking out with no help. And honestly, this wasn't the first time. I'd been to doctors multiple times for myself or my son and left with the same message. You'll be fine. Go home and write it out. But I wasn't fine. I was tired of being sick, tired of wasting money, and tired of feeling powerless. At that time, I was a single mom, and the last thing I needed was to stay homesick when I had to be at work. So that day, I made a decision. This was it. I was going to steward our health differently. I called a friend who had been raving about her essential oils. You know, that friend who's got an oil for everything. And even though I had kept pushing her off, I knew it was time for me to do something, and I knew she could help. She helped me order my first starter kit of essential oils. And she taught me how to heal my son's pink eye naturally. That one decision changed everything. It set me on a path to confidently steward not only my health, but also my family's wellness through every cold, cough, and flu season since. Here's the truth that changed everything for me. Pharmaceuticals, whether over the counter or prescription, are designed to suppress your symptoms, not heal you. They don't rush the healing process. They just help you suffer a little less while your body still does the hard work. But real food remedies, they do more than just comfort. They actually support your body's God-designed defenses so you can heal faster and prevent sickness in the first place. Garlic and onion are natural antibacterials. Honey and lemon soothe the throat and fight inflammation. Bone broth rebuilds your gut and restores minerals. And herbs like oregano and thyme fight viruses naturally. These are the tools God placed in creation to help us thrive, and they're sitting right in your kitchen. No prescription required. So let's take a peek inside our cabinet at what we reach for when the sniffles start to spread. We keep it simple and powerful. Garlic, honey, and thyme. This is one of my favorite combinations. You can make your own garlic honey mixture by peeling fresh garlic cloves, placing them in a jar, and covering them with raw honey. If you want an extra boost for respiratory health, toss in a few sprigs of fresh thyme. Let it sit for a few months to do its thing. The honey softens the garlic's bite and draws out its healing properties. Then, when sickness hits, take a spoonful. It's powerful, antimicrobial, and great for sore throats or chest congestion. And if you're listening to this in October, it's the perfect time to make some so it's ready before flu season hits full swing. Next up is raw honey and lemon, a soothing combo that calms coughs and supports your immune system with vitamin C and natural enzymes. One of my favorite ways to include raw honey and lemon, plus some ginger, which is also great for congestion and your immune system, is to make my ginger lemon honey tea. I've talked about this in a previous episode, but I will also have the recipe for this in the flu season survival guide that I'm providing at the end of this series. So stick around for that. Next up is elderberry syrup. I love elderberry for both myself and the kids. It's amazing for immune health and even helps with seasonal allergies. So we start taking it early, right around the time leaves begin to fall. Plus, it actually tastes good. It's like a little spoonful of berry jam everyone enjoys. You can find elderberry syrup at most stores, but be careful. A lot of brands add sugar or make it super thick. My tip: check your local farmer's market for small batch or locally made elderberry syrup. It won't be exactly like a syrup, it'll be more like a juice, but it will have all the beneficial properties you need in it. Oftentimes they also have things like cinnamon, clove, or maybe ginger that they incorporate in there too. Or the best option that I love is you can make your own, which I will include a recipe for that in the flu season survival guide coming at the end of the series too. You're not going to want to miss it because I'm going to have all the best recipes in there. Now, if you're pregnant, talk to your doctor or midwife first before using elderberry. Many sources say to avoid it, not necessarily because elderberry is dangerous, but because there aren't studies done on using elderberry during pregnancy. Personally, I switched from essential oils to elderberry during pregnancy because I feel like it's gentler and it's worked beautifully for me. But check with your provider for what's best in your unique situation and let them know what you're using. Next up is black seed oil. Until a couple of years ago, I had never heard of it, but now it's a must-have in our home. Black seed oil comes from the seeds of the Nigella sativa plant, and it's packed with compounds that support your immune system, balance inflammation, and help your body fight off viruses and bacteria naturally. It's been used for thousands of years in traditional medicine, sometimes even called the remedy for everything but death. It really is that powerful. My kids take it in gummy form, and I'll link our favorite brand in the show notes, but I prefer the capsules. It's an easier daily immune booster, especially for kids who don't love the taste of oils or strong herbs. Now, last but not least, essential oils. For our family, these are still our go-to for acute illness. Now, I used to be that friend who was telling everybody about their oils and telling them that there's an oil for everything and trying to get them on the bandwagon. The hype has kind of worn down for me a little bit. If you didn't ask, you probably wouldn't guess that I use essential oils, but they are still a go-to for our family. My husband and I even make our own essential oil capsules when we feel something coming on, or if we've been around someone who's sick and we just want to avoid it. We fill empty capsules, which you can get at most essential oil brands, with a few drops of On Guard, oregano, and black pepper. Now, there's no official dosage guide, but we typically take one capsule in the morning and one at night. And if we're really under the weather, maybe one or two in between. It's way more powerful than DayQuil, and we always notice our sickness passes much faster. For the kids, I don't give them the capsules. I stick with diluted oils on their feet or their chest, or diffuse blends like Breathe or On Guard at night. And as a quick reminder, don't use oils during pregnancy because they're usually too strong to be safe. Instead, I would stick with the honey with garlic and thyme. My last tip for oils is to be mindful of your brand. It is incredibly important to make sure that you are buying a quality essential oil, especially if you are breathing it in, putting it on your skin, and absolutely necessary if you are putting them in your body. Not all oils are of the same quality. If you're buying your oils from the shelf of a local store like Walmart or Walgreens, let me tell you, they may smell nice and you can put them in your diffuser, but do not put them on your skin or in your body. It is so important to make sure you have good quality oils if you want them to have the healing properties. Now, for years, I started my journey with doTERRA, and I took a lot of pride in using this company that had really high quality oils. But eventually, I got really tired of their prices. And I was skeptical to switch because I just didn't want to rely on another oil that wasn't going to have the same quality. But I found Revive essential oils, and they were a game changer. One of the things that I love is that they're third-party tested for quality. They openly share that information if you email them and ask, and their oils are really high quality. And my favorite part is they are a fraction of the price of companies like doTERRA, and you don't need to have a rep to buy. You can buy directly from them online, and they have free shipping, which is amazing in this day and age because lots of people don't have free shipping anymore. If you want to check them out, I will provide a link in the show notes with my referral link, which will help you get $10 off a $50 purchase. Friends help friends get good discounts. And if you use that link, it'll help my family get an extra $10 to spend on our oils too. So I thank you for your support. When you first start investing in essential oils, there are a handful that I typically recommend that are good for almost anything, and especially flu season, and that would be lemon, lavender, peppermint. A sick blend like the On Guard I mentioned earlier is a sick blend. Revive's option of that is actually called Protect. And so it has a blend of wild orange, clove, cinnamon, cassia, eucalyptus, and rosemary essential oils, which are all fantastic when you're fighting a flu or a sickness and boost your immune system. Also, oregano, thyme, and black pepper because it helps boost the absorption of some of the other oils, and it's amazing for boosting your immune system too. The Digest Support oil is a blend of oils that actually help relieve tummy aches and indigestion, which also can be really great during the holidays. And honestly, if you are skeptical of essential oils, this one works so effectively and obviously that it is one of the best ones to offer new people if they're kind of on the fence about whether or not oils really help. And lastly, Breathe Air is another blend from Revive, which is designed to help you breathe better. So instead of using things like Vicks Vapor Rub, use Breathe Air. You can put a little bit around your nose and your chest and put it in a diffuser, and it will open up your airways really well. Those are some of our absolute essentials. So if you want to start there, do that. I almost guarantee that they're going to have some sales coming up, especially around Black Friday. So if you want to stock up and start integrating natural oils into your routine instead of over-the-counter medicines that don't do anything to help your immune system, then start with those. So now that you know what's in our cabinet, let's talk about one of the simplest yet most powerful parts of healing: hydration and minerals. This is so overlooked when it comes to sickness, but when your body's fighting something off, hydration is everything. Vitamin C rich foods like lemon, oranges, and even bell peppers help your immune cells work efficiently. And electrolytes, they replace the minerals your body loses through fever or sweating, but drinks like Gatorade or Sprite? Nope. They're full of sugar, dyes, and completely unnecessary chemicals that actually make your body work harder. Most versions of Gatorade actually have a form of MSG in them, plus dyes and other completely unnecessary additives that are rough on your immune system too. At our house, we use a simple mix of salt, lemon, and honey. Or we reach for Ultima electrolytes, which come in fun flavors we often call juice. My kids love it because it tastes like something sweet without any of the sugar. They have fun flavors like raspberry, lemonade, pina colada, orange, grape, peach Bellini, and pomegranate, just to name a few. You can find Ultima in stores, like often I'll see it at Walmart, but the best deals that I found are on Thrive Market. If you've never heard about Thrive Market before, it is an online grocery subscription, which is super easy to use. It is literally my favorite natural foods resource to find items that I couldn't find locally or that I would have to drive all around town to find. It saves me so much time and headache, and it saves me money too. So if you want to check that out, again, I'll put a link in the show notes for that as well. There's going to be lots of links on this episode for anything that you're interested in. If you want a homemade version that's a little more kid-friendly, try this. Mix a little bit of salt, some fresh squeezed lemon juice, coconut water, and a splash of orange juice. This will feel more tropical, and it's also hydrating and will actually help your body heal. And let's not forget, bone broth is also a huge natural resource for electrolytes and minerals, which help you heal faster and boost your gut health, which benefits your immune system too. Now, let's circle back around to that conversation on antibiotics. Antibiotics have their place, but they're not our first line of defense. This is because they don't just kill the bad bacteria, they wipe out the good ones too. The very microbes your gut needs for strong immunity and digestion. That's why so many people end up in a cycle of getting sick again soon after they've taken antibiotics. If you want to keep your body healthy, then save antibiotics for when they are absolutely necessary and nothing else is going to help in that situation. When they are truly necessary, use them prayerfully and then start rebuilding your gut health right away. You can start by taking a probiotic supplement, but also consider adding probiotic-rich foods like sauerkraut, milk kefir, and prebiotic foods like yogurt and veggies to feed those good bacteria again. Healing the gut is how you strengthen your immune system long term. We talked about that more in depth in the last episode. So if you missed that, go back and listen to how your gut health is the beginning and end point of your immune health. Hopefully, hearing about some of these natural remedies will help you feel more equipped to steward your family's health so that when you're taking antibiotics, you know that you've already done everything you could, and now you're relying on antibiotics when you truly need them. Now, when sickness hits, I head straight to the kitchen. First up is my sick tea. It doesn't sound great, but it's actually very tasty. It's simple but powerful. It includes cinnamon, ginger, clove, star anise, and black pepper. If you can, make sure you use fresh ingredients. When I first started making this, I was a little skeptical about having to find some of these unique ingredients online and spending the money on them, but I have never regretted having them on hand. They are truly a lifesaver when it comes to boosting my immune system and helping my body heal when we're sick. Now, it is a little spicy, but it gives your immune system the biggest warm hug. When I get sick, I make it a point to sip on it regularly, and sometimes we make it just as a comfort drink because it's so delicious. Another family favorite is our pastina soup, also called Italian penicillin. It has tiny pasta, bone broth, garlic, onion, and celery, which are all great for boosting your immune system. And when you cook all of these together, you actually blend them up, which becomes a creamy soup. It's cozy, comforting, and loaded with minerals and collagen to rebuild your strength. And it's super easy on your tummy. I usually make a big batch and freeze it in mason jars so we're ready whenever something's going around. It is 1,000 times more healing than canned soup or store-bought ramen. If you make it ahead of time, you can heat it up when you're ready and then choose if you do want to add a small pasta to it, or you can add beans to it instead. Or if your tummy's really upset and you can't handle too much, just drink the creamy soup by itself. It's so good and so powerful for boosting your health. Before we wrap up, I want to encourage you with Psalm 103 that says, "He forgives all your sins and heals all your diseases." I love that reminder that God is our healer. And sometimes his healing comes through rest, nourishment, and the natural gifts he's already provided. Yes, God can heal us miraculously, but let's also remember that while we pray for healing over our bodies, that we're also partnering with the natural tools that God gave us to heal, knowing that between the tools he gave us and his power, that he will truly heal us. So instead of fearing the flu, we can respond with peace, wisdom, and trust in his design here on earth and in heaven. So let's round it all up, Mama. Here's your quick flu season checklist. Ditch the quick fixes. Skip DayQuil, spray, and canned soup. Number 2 is stock real food medicine. Garlic honey thyme mixture, elderberry syrup, lemon, honey, herbs, and black seed oil are your powerful natural options for healing. Number 3 is hydrate wisely, including salt, lemon, and honey or clean electrolyte powders for the energy boost that your body needs to heal well. Number 4 is use essential oils safely. Diffuse, dilute for kids, and avoid during pregnancy, but take advantage of the powerful benefits that essential oils offer for fighting flu naturally. Number 5 is reserve antibiotics as a last resort. And if you need them, make sure to rebuild your gut afterward. Number 6 is cook to heal. Keep sick tea and pastina soup ready to go so that you have them when you need them most. Number 7 is rest, pray, and trust. God made your body wise, not weak. and you can strengthen it in every choice to use the natural tools He gave us on this earth to strengthen and heal our bodies. This flu season, you don't have to panic when sickness hits. You can fight smarter with real food, natural remedies, and faith in God's beautiful design. And stay tuned because at the end of the series, I promise I'll be sharing my flu season survival guide, a complete list of our family's must-haves, plus recipes for our healing soup, tea, and elderberry syrup. Until next time, remember, you were created for wellness, Mama. Rest well, eat what heals, and trust the one who designed your body to thrive. Mama, I hope this episode blessed you and reminded you that you were beautifully and uniquely made to thrive. If today's conversation spoke to your heart, I'd love for you to take a moment to leave a rating and review. Not only does it encourage me, but it helps more tired mamas discover the hope, healing, and energy they've been searching for. You're not in this alone. Make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Together, we'll reclaim your energy, renew your health, and revive your spirit, one step at a time. Until next time, remember, you are beautifully designed by God to live with energy, clarity, and joy. You're not just surviving, Mama. You're stepping into the vibrant life you were created for. I'm cheering you on.